I think we're live. Welcome to the Bric drinks. Welcome, everybody. I see some of you already on board. Hope you've got a drink. Cheers. Well, how are we all? Oh, should have got some eyes. Let's see what we've got going here. She-Wolf and the doctor and what's the doctor say? Where's Pup? Coming, I suppose. Well, tell her to dilly-dally. She-Wolf did. Okay. Hiya, Tom from the shop. Hi. Got all these little fruit flies flying around. It's really annoying. At least they're fruit flies and not not the usual big flies. They're a bit of a worry, the big flies. Because I don't know, you hear those stories of whenever the flies come around, it usually means there's usually in those horror films, and it usually means evil's around. And it just felt a bit strange that I never had flies in my room until my flatmate died. And then it was a bit strange. We had flies. Well, I had flies in my room. It was a bit strange. But it's all good now. Oh, yeah, I know. Maybe I should get some fly paper, but they'll get stuck. And I'm a vegetarian, and I don't really want to kill anything if I can help it. I don't want to get more karma than what I need to. Let's put it that way. Which is why I'm a vegetarian. I don't want to have any more killings. So how are we all? And I hope we are connected, because I can see no one's actually watching, which is fine by me. You can watch it on replay. And if you are watching it on replay, please press the hashtag replay and say hi and write a comment. She-Wolf says hi. Hi, She-Wolf. Hi, Doctor. And hi, Pup, for when Pup gets here. And anyone else, hi. So how was our week this week? Did we achieve anything? Did we achieve any goals? Did we achieve our manifestations? Any miracles happen? And when I say miracles, I mean like life-changing events, like someone announced they're getting married. Someone announced they're won $1 million. I've got these flies flying around. It's quite annoying. I'm really at a loss this week. This week I've been pretty busy, and I got through another week, which is really good. Some people to say. And I went to a funeral, which is a bit like a rebirthing, really. Rebirthing to the other side. I've just been working, which is good in a way, because I always find work gets your mind off things. Any troubles, gets it off. And I'm just trying to get my memory back. The memory on my hard disk. I've actually put it in a case. You may have saw it last week, and I put it in a case to just see if I can unattach it to the computer. No, I can't. Oh well. So I put it in a case, but it just doesn't. And because I fixed it, I put it in a case, and apparently I'm supposed to plug it to a computer, and it should be able to read the computer and get all the data off it. But it's so far, after I've downloaded all these applications and everything, it's saying it's not readable. And someone did say disks are really hard to destroy, but I'll have to take it somewhere, I think, and see if they can extract the data off. I just hope it's not going to cost a lot. I haven't got much. We are just Ducky. How are you? Well, I think I've just mentioned how I was. I feel better today, so my week went well. That's good to hear, She-Wolf. Just had a birthday, so I leveled up in age. Oh, well, happy birthday, Doctor. How old are you now? 5,000 and something years? Earth years, that is. Hi, Wolf Pup. Nice to see you here. We were all wondering whether you're going to turn up. Everyone's welcoming you, Wolf Pup. The Doctor is a Virgo. Happy birthday. Yes, but does that count if he wasn't born on Earth? Because the Doctor was born on Gallifrey. Thank you all. You're welcome, Doctor. Cheers to the Doctor. Happy birthday. Cheers. What are we all drinking? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So how are we all? So what are you doing, Doctor? Are you celebrating? Are you going out afterwards and hitting the town, painting it red? Are you traveling through the galaxy or whatever? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I've got all these flies landing everywhere. It's really a bit disconcerting. But let me get back. I don't really feel really tuned in. Where are we? Boddingtons. Oh, good on you. You're onto the ale, the beer, or whatever you call it. I don't drink beer, so I'm not really familiar with it. But there's so many different types of beers and ales out there. And not being a beer drinker, I'm not really quite sure which is the right ones. Because you've got the dark beers like the Guinness. Excuse me. I don't even know why my nose is running. Yeah. And there's IPA, which I found out stands for Indian Pale Ale. And it was designed especially to be transported to India. This is from the UK. Back in the day, with the Empire and all that. And so it wouldn't go off and wouldn't go bad. It was a special process so it would last the journey to India. Yes. I'm doing the same ale thing. Is all wonderful. You've got water. You're on a health kick. That's good. Just plain water, or is it mineral, sparkling, or still? Boddingtons is the closest we have here to Tetley's. Oh, I think we're talking about the same Boddingtons. Drink a kombucha watermelon flavor. Sounds very exotic. Sounds very, well, I suppose it is summer, actually. Sounds like you're in some exotic place drinking a cocktail. Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Thanks for joining. And enjoy the drinks. So it sounds like we're all well. And, well, I think I just told you my week, actually. Went to a funeral. Did my work. Went to all my jobs. And trying to fix the computer, get my memory back. And I think I'll just have to go somewhere else to get it back. And hopefully I can, and hopefully it won't cost anything. Otherwise, it'll be a while before I do it. Because I remember I did do something with my hard disk, my external hard drive before, and they couldn't do anything either. And what they did was charge me £600, and they still couldn't fix it. It's always one of these things where people say, yeah, just charge us, we'll do our best, and if we can't do it, well, I'm sorry, but they've taken the money anyway. Who's to really know whether they've actually done anything? It was a bit like my when I tried to get a green card once upon a time, I went to this agency and they said you could pay $5,000 to get to our services, and we'll try and get you a green card. But there is no guarantee. And I'm thinking, yeah, you can take my money, and for all I know, you could do nothing and just say, oh, you weren't successful, and there goes my money. And I didn't really have much of it either. The doctor says, cheers for that. And the wafers have to be transported. Very hard to do. Wafers? Now I'm thinking of ice cream with, remember the ice cream sundaes, and you had the wafers in there? Brings back memories. Yeah, memories. But life goes on. It's a bit yeah, that's another story. But during my week, I've just been finding it. How have you ever had a feeling, or you've done things where you've done something and you've read things and looked at things, and then you've gone back later on, or even the next day, and it's different, and you're pretty sure it said something else, or you've put something in a certain place and you've gone back and it's not there, and you find it somewhere else. What do you think about that? Some people say it's a bit like dementia coming on, because some people do that. They can't find things when they're getting dementia, and they'll say people have stolen it, but they've actually moved it, but can't remember they've moved it. But that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is, I think that's the Mandela Effect. Are you familiar with the Mandela Effect? And that is, and basically it's called the Mandela Effect because people would swear that they heard that Nelson Mandela died in the 90s. And then all of a sudden they find out he's still alive, and then he actually does die when he does die. Have you, and that's become known as the Mandela Effect, because people are sure they've got it right, then the knowledge, the facts right, and then they go back and it's a different sort of facts. So it's all a bit strange, and that's called the Mandela Effect. I think it's a glitch in the matrix, the simulation. And people say that things have been rewritten and carried on. But I don't know why our minds haven't been rewritten. Some people have, some people haven't. And well, that's why we're finding these things. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking things are changing so much that I'm sure I've tidied up the room, and then I'll go back in and the room's not tidy. And I'm thinking, what's happened? And you think, well, maybe they have rewritten the simulation. And obviously I didn't notice it. That's happened to me a lot, and I figured I was just getting old and forgetful. That's exactly it. Are we getting old and forgetful, or are things changing without us knowing it? Happens to me all the time. Dimensional. You call it dimensional shifting. I like that. People usually call it Mandela Effect. Dimensional shifting sounds a lot more fun than old and forgetful. Certainly does, I can tell you. But then that's a different sort of thing as well. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. So it looks like we've all experienced it. So maybe it might not really be that rare, as because it just feels like it's something new that you were just beginning to hear about. Because people talk about the Mandela Effect with Nelson Mandela dying, and yeah, he's alive. And I had that with an Australian politician. And I think one other person agreed with me as well, and that was with Don Dunstan. He was a Premier of South Australia, and I'm pretty sure I heard that he died. And then about a year later, he was alive again, doing stuff. And I can't remember. I don't even know if he's died again, because I do believe because people said he was really healthy and he had a heart attack and just died. And he wasn't that old. He wasn't in his 50s. He'd be in his 40s, if not late 30s. And he was doing his regular run, and then he just died. And we thought, oh, that is a bit strange. And then a few years later, he's alive again. And I don't know. And to be honest, I don't know. I haven't looked him up lately, so I don't know if he's still alive. I don't know if he died second time, and that his heart attack was the cause the second time, or that was the first time. I think it was the first time. I think that's what I heard, but it's all a bit strange. And I would swear I heard that he passed away, but then as everyone said, no, he's alive and well. And Yeah, so that's very much like the Mandela Effect. Yeah, have you ever experienced anything like that? And this whole week I've been experiencing similar things. Like, I'm sure I've done this and then I haven't done it, and it's just a bit strange. And if you are saying it's part of the simulation being rewritten, it's been done very well, because I haven't noticed any glitches that it could happen. Star Trek addresses this issue in The City on the Edge of Forever. Edith Keeler must die. That's really interesting. Edge. Is that an episode? I take it's an episode and not a movie. Is Edith Keeler must die the name of the episode, or On the Edge of Forever? Let's have a look. What do you think the cause for it is, Tom? Oh, that's a very good question. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it yet. I'm just asking if everyone's been through this, or is it just me and just a few others? But I think it's becoming to be quite a common occurrence. Everyone is saying it. Yes, the episode. I'll have to try and find it. Oh, hi, Kelly. Nice to see you here. Cheers. Oh my gosh. And we off. Sorry, I've got fruit flies all over the place. Edge of Forever. Thank you. I might have to look it up. Kelly, She-Wolf says, Kelly, hi, Kelly. Kelly, hello. See, Kelly, you've been missed. Hi, Kelly from Wolf Pup. Sorry, I'm getting invaded here. Yes, I don't know. I'm just thinking, I'm just going along. We're talking about Mandela effects, really, or dimensional shifting, as the doctor will call it, where we're pretty sure that something has happened one particular way, and then it's actually changed to be something else. As in the Mandela effect, where people thought Nelson Mandela passed away in the 90s, and then all of a sudden he's around again. So what do I think it is? I don't know. I was just thinking that, I was just going on what people have been telling me, that the simulation has been rewritten. Someone's gone back and changed something. And yeah, so that's the only explanation I can find. I mean, there could be others. We just didn't hear it right the first time or something. But the change in the simulation is a pretty good one. Proves it's a bonus point for the simulation theory. And yeah, and I don't know why things have changed. Maybe people outside of the simulation fought to have Nelson Mandela back and got him back. Maybe he died by accident and wasn't supposed to die. And maybe they had to bring him back so he could put an end to apartheid and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I haven't. To be honest, I haven't been following South African politics, so I probably got some of that wrong. Doctor Who, not in London. Where art thou? Who's not in London? I'm just hearing about the secret tunnels under the pub where I am right now. Oh, do tell. Which pub? What tunnels? Where to? Are you planning to do an episode on the shop on this topic? Who? But it's a very good point, though. If you've got secret tunnels under the pub, I wouldn't mind doing an interview on it. In fact, I did an interview with someone the other day, although I'm not quite sure how it's gone, because I haven't actually looked at the footage yet, and I'm really kicking myself because I should have filmed it differently and a bit better, but I didn't. So that's my fault. But it was a really good interview, and we talked about some things that was quite surprising. And so it should be coming up soon. And so I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's about the original shot that I use. Yes. And I've got another one coming up. And, you know, with my all my data, I was going to say lost. It's just stuck. I was going to do my episodes, and I think I've got to go to my backup tapes to find like the headings, the title headings that I use, and all that sort of stuff, because it's all been stuck. And to make matters worse, as I mentioned last week, I had that little voice saying, backup, you need to do a backup. You haven't done a backup for a while, and I didn't. The last backup I did was about a year ago. And unfortunately, half of it didn't back up properly. And so I've only got half my data, which is really, really annoying. So in a way, you could say I've lost 2 years worth of data, which my fault. And today I've just spent all day trying different applications to get the data off the hard disk, and all of it has been to no avail. So I am going to I take it to the shop tomorrow and see if they can give me a cheap quote. If not, yeah. And also, money is very stretched because I am going away in a couple of weeks for a wedding, as I mentioned before. But I'm trying to pop into a few different places and hopefully see if I can find some ghostly stories around the place. I had a look at the place that I was going to, and there doesn't seem to be many ghosts hanging around. Well, let's put it this way, they don't have ghost tours. So I'm thinking I might pop somewhere else along the way, and I'll tell you all about it later on, obviously. So that's things to keep you interested and keep coming back. So recapping, I think the Mandela Effect is it our minds playing tricks, or is there something more to it? And if it's something more to it, it works towards the simulation theory. And I think I'm having a Mandela Effect now. I suppose I can watch the replay and find out, because I didn't think I turned the doctor's reply for I love secret tunnels on. I thought I had the last one. So that was a bit weird. But then again, maybe I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And I certainly haven't had enough of these for people to say that's the cause. So, yeah, the Mandela Effect. I think it's a glitch in the matrix. And certain things are happening. Yeah. And also, maybe our minds are going. Who knows? She-Wolf says, maybe it's just proof that rumors can be believed by many. Who knows? You're not a believer, She-Wolf, that it could be the simulation rewriting everything. But who knows? It could be... I'm sure there's a scientific explanation, which I'm all for scientific explanations. Because a lot of the time it's just us not acknowledging things. So I'm quite open to that. But it's getting a bit uncanny how you do certain things and you swear that you did it, and it's different later on. So, yeah. And I've got a couple of episodes coming out, and I will be bringing some more, which will be a bit different, a bit nice actually, because I think I'm getting a bit stale. I need some more input into my episode, because I used to do some really interesting stuff, really good film footage, And unfortunately, I haven't been able to get out to film stuff. And so I'm doing the next best thing and just giving you more of me. So I think that's about it. Anyone else got anything to say? And I think we've lost a few people. I think Kelly's gone back to her pub. Yeah. So that's it for me. Anyone got anything else? Otherwise, I think that's it. And the doctor can go and celebrate his birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. So on that note, we'll call it a wrap. It's been, as usual, it's been good. It's been a bit quick, short and sweet. But I don't know. I'm just not really focused today. I'm just being too busy getting other stuff done. Oh, what's the doctor got to say? Got to Westminster Abbey and do a spirit box session with Professor Hawkins. I wouldn't be able to understand what he's saying. I can understand anything they say on those spirit boxes. It's I'd rather do a Ouija board in Westminster Abbey, and I bet you we get a lot more people than just the professor. But what do you think about the Ouija board? People say it's evil, it's dangerous. I think it's just as dangerous as a tarot card or a medium or a seance or anything. Oh my? What do you mean, oh my? Yeah, it's just different ways of communicating. Like the Ouija board and a spirit box. What's the difference? If they're going to come through, why can't they come through a spirit box? That's what they got to do. They got to make a movie where, I think they already have, where entities come through a spirit box and terrorize everybody. And then everyone will say, shouldn't do spirit boxes. Can't do spirit boxes. Too dangerous. That's what I think. It's a doorway that swings both ways. What does? Spirit boxes or Ouija boards or something else? I think it applies to everything, whether it be a Ouija board or the spirit box. You're communicating with the other side. And if you're unfortunate, and then again, it depends on your vibration, I believe. If you're on a good vibration, you'll attract good things. Yeah, if someone's unfortunate to attract something bad, I think it can be anywhere, whether it be Ouija boards or anything else. Swings both ways with the Ouija board. What do you mean? I think you lost me there. How come no one ever asks the spirit if there are mosquitoes on the other side? Because it's probably the least things on their mind. But I think you should. I think they probably go to the same place that. To be honest, I don't think when we do go on to the other side, I don't think we're human, and I don't think animals are animals, and I don't mosquitoes are mosquitoes. They go back to their natural. We all go back to our natural form, which is a sphere of energy, and that's why we don't notice them as mosquitoes. Although, and I think it might be something that when we go over to the other side, we're just spheres of energies. Like someone's pet dog will go over to the other side and they're a sphere of energy. And then when we pull them back over, like through a mediumship reading or a seance, then they appear back as the animal again. How about that? Mosquitoes are many vampires. Well, that's a good way of putting it. Very true. I like that. Yeah. but I don't know. Everything is just out to survive in this realm, because we all kill to survive. And which makes me wonder about, I shouldn't get into religion, so I don't think I will. Yes. So on that note, anyone got anything else to say? And what are we going to do tonight? It's a Saturday night. Are you all going out partying? What about Wolf Pup? Any good clubs that are happening? I mean, what time is it? It's time for dinner over there, isn't it? It's 10:30, so it's 5:30. You got plenty of time to go to get ready. So I'm going to get a bite to eat, because I haven't really felt like eating anything all day. And I think I'll hit the sack, because I've got a big day tomorrow, because I've got to do everything I didn't get to do today. The high-tech things they have out now are just high-tech Ouija boards. Exactly. I agree. Yep. Wolf Pup, what's up? Yeah, Wolf Pup, you going out? You going out on the town? Ah, I miss good quality time out. But you need finances half the time. I live in the middle of nowhere. We only have one biker bar. I'll probably go for a walk. I'm not going to the biker bar. You can pretend you rode a bike in. Oh, well, that's a bit of a shame. But it's 5:30. You got time to go. Have you got time to go to the Big Smoke? Well, it looks like we're all going to have a quiet night then. Anything else? Any other comments before we go? What are we going to put out for next week? Just thinking, it's September. Do you guys have, being in the States, do you guys have a proper autumn with gold and brown and autumn leaves before the winter comes? The bikey bar. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been to a real bikey bar. Might be a bit scary. Might be a bit fun. Yeah. So I've noticed the days are getting shorter in the northern hemisphere. So I thought I always surprised you every week. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it where the colors have really changed that much, because I don't know, I live in a place where, I don't know, it's just lots of brown leaves everywhere, but it doesn't have that golden you know, that really autumny colors that you see in those pictures. We have been having cold nights lately. Autumn is always nice. I don't know. Autumn just never does it for me. But then again, we don't have those Technicolor leaves that come down. It's always just a lot of brown leaves covering up the ground, and it's creating a mess, really. But yeah, I think different seasons mean different things to different people depending on where they are. Like even winter, my winters are never been the same, because, sorry, getting distracted, because we don't have the snow and the extremely cold winters. We have, I don't know, just niggly, mildly cold winters. And so yeah, so I really want the big snow. Funny story, I went to Prague. I went to Prague because my friend said, if you want a white Christmas, go to Prague. And I went to Prague, and it didn't snow. It did have a bit of drizzle of snow on, was it Boxing Day, or maybe it was Christmas Day? But you wouldn't say it was snow at all. But when I went, and that was 2014, the lady said it hadn't snowed in Prague at Christmas for the last 6 years. So I think that's global warming. And yeah, so it doesn't snow at Christmas time in Prague anymore, which is a real shame. And that's why I went. Apparently, and I was really surprised, that it snows at Christmas time in Turkey, in Istanbul, which I would never have thought, because I thought Turkey is Middle East and it'd be really hot and sweltering. So I did fly there, actually the year later, around Christmas time, on my travels to the other side of the world. And I was so surprised it was so cold, and I didn't take any cold clothes, warm clothes with me, because I was going to the southern hemisphere where it's hot. So I thought, oh yeah, Turkey will be hot. And it was freezing. And yeah, so I didn't know. But yeah, apparently I was told it gets so cold that it does even snow at Christmas time. So that was really quite interesting. So yeah, we'll see how the next 3 months go as we move into winter. Of course, it's actually quite an interesting follow-up, because we've got probably the next big thing we've got is Halloween, and then we've got Thanksgiving for you guys in the North America, and then we've got Christmas, and then New Year, and then it gets a bit quiet, really. That's how I used to find it. After Christmas, it got really quiet and boring. But then again, on when I was on the other side of the world, well, when I was working, we had the Sydney Festival, which was January, was a full month of theatre and things going on. And then, because we'll be selling tickets for those sort of things. And then February was Mardi Gras month, because in Sydney they'd have all the Mardi Gras festivals, which is a bit like what Pride is around the world. And we'll be selling tickets to events for that as well. And then in April, and that would lead into March, and then halfway through March, it got really dull and boring, and winter was just dull. Oh, we've got some messages, I think. She-Wolf says, next week we can talk about how things seem spookier in the fall. Oh, all right, I better write that down. Do they seem spookier in the fall? That's because the nights are longer. And I've got a theory about that. Maybe I'll speak about that later on. I've got to write these things down because I forgot. Because I was going to talk about something else tonight as well, and I forgot. I think sometimes. Okay, there's that. Yeah, all right. So everyone, get your ideas on why things are spookier in the fall. Tom, are you planning anything for Halloween? I am so disorganized. I have not yet planned anything for Halloween. What have you got in mind? I wonder if spiritual activity is more active in certain times of the year. Very good point. I do think that. Let me write this down. We can all address this, and you can tell me as well. Also, that also could go for of the daytime. Are things more spooky in the night or in the day? What do you think? And I've had a few incidents that happen during the day. Hoping to make it up to New Hampshire to take photos of the leaves changing before it's over this year. It's always beautiful up there with the colorful mountains. I know. That's the northeast. Yeah, it's always very pretty up there. But it's a few months, isn't it, before they change? When do the leaves stop changing up there? Isn't it around end of November? Because I remember I was in LA in December years ago, beginning of December, around the 6th of December, actually. And a friend had a friend that was catching up in LA, and she was living in Chicago. And this was like beginning of December. And she said, we have got tons and tons and tons of snow already in Chicago. So yeah, when did the leaves finally stop dropping and changing? Night is spookier for sure. I don't know about that, to be honest. I think if the vibration's right, any time can be spooky. Haven't you been spooked out during the daytime? I certainly have, and it's a different sort of spook, actually. Yeah, but everyone always, which really annoys me, how they always have to do their investigations in the middle of the night with the lights off, just to create that scary atmosphere. And I think that's, what was the thing? Oh, that's right. The doctor. I saw the doctor's episode on a ringing phone. They took a phone from an abandoned, was it a hospital? Can't remember, or factory. Well, anyway, they took the phone home and it started ringing. And so they decided to take the phone back. If you're really scared of the phone, really want to take it back, really want to get rid of it, why go back in the middle of the night? And that's what they did. They went back in the middle of the night to put the phone back. You go back in the daytime. Mind you, I've got a few excuses why they probably did go back in the nighttime, but no one's mentioned anything yet. Can be as early as October. What the leaves stop dropping as early as October, November. Wow. So they must be really falling off already. That's really interesting. Early October is probably a good time to see the colors in New Hampshire. That's what I thought. And it'll be all over, definitely over by December, I would have thought. Oh, it's an abandoned school. Thank you, Doctor. Southern NH. The leaves last long. Oh, New Hampshire, sorry. Last longer, but in part they stop early November. It can snow in October there, so it really depends on that. Oh yeah, that's true, I suppose. Depending on where you are, when they stop falling and all that sort of stuff. Well, I think I really would like to spend a Christmas in Canada where it really, really, really snows. I say Canada and not the US because I don't really know where it gets really cold in US anymore, but definitely in Canada it would. And that's why I said Canada. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a really proper good cold Christmas. Yeah, I remember the last few times when it did snow. Didn't really snow at Christmas time. I don't think, because I remember going out with my flatmates in the old house. And I think it must have been a few days after Christmas because there was snow on the ground. I don't think it snowed actually at Christmas. And it was the orphans' Christmas, because if we're if we're having Christmas at the old house, it means that because everyone goes back to their families at Christmas, except those that can't get back to their families or for some reason or other, and then they stay in the house, and we all have a Christmas at the house. Yeah, and there was a few of us. I can remember a couple of us, and we all went out for a walk. And I think there was a bit of snow on the ground. It was definitely cold anyway. But that's the thing. I like to be really, really snowy cold. Although I remember one year I did fall on my bottom and my shopping went all the way down the road because I'd fallen down and it was snow and my shopping just slid all the way. I was with a friend. So he was able to pick up my shopping for me. The only time I want to be around at Christmas is pub. Well, that's only natural, isn't it? Christmas is a time to be with friends and loved ones, really. Unless you want to be by yourself, that's fine. I've had many a Christmas by myself, which has been really, really, really good, I must admit. Maybe I'm just a selfish, horrible person. Snow is only nice when you don't have to shovel it. I've never had to shovel snow. Mind you, we don't get that much snow to shovel, really. I think snow is only nice when you're enjoying yourself in it. Because I can imagine when it gets too much, it's gone on for too long, and everything is being held up, and then it gets annoying. But I must admit, excuse me, I think about 2008, UK had a very snowy winter. It was in January or February, January, I think, and January, and it wasn't that much. It was like so much snow, and the whole country stopped. It was really quite strange, because I was on holidays in Hamburg, in Germany, and I was at the airport, and they said the flight's cancelled, and I thought, what? No. And so I thought, what other flights are around? I went to Lufthansa, went to British Airways, and their flights were all cancelled, going to the UK, that is. And I thought, it's a bit strange. You thought one flight, and then you realize it wasn't the airline, it was the country. The country had closed down. And this is the thing that everyone talks about. The UK closes down with a centimeter of snow, because we're just not geared up for it, because we think it never snows in the UK. And so courtesy of EasyJet, I had 3 extra days in Hamburg, all paid for. My hotel was paid for. This was in the good old days. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they paid for my hotel. They paid for my food, not for the alcohol, the non-alcoholic beverages they paid for. So I had 3 extra days in Hamburg, because by the time I got back to my hotel, which was closed, and I couldn't get back in, I had to go to another hotel, and I had to get online. And by the time I did that, the next flight I could change my ticket to was for Thursday. So I can still remember the days. Was for Thursday, which was 3 days later. So I had 3 extra days in Hamburg, courtesy of EasyJet. Thank you, EasyJet. However, I had to ring up and cancel all my shifts, so I did lose money on my work, because I couldn't get back to work. And mind you, when I was flying out on Thursday, there was a slim chance that I wouldn't actually get there, because we were at the airport waiting for the plane, and they said the plane hadn't actually left the UK, and they were waiting for the wings to de-ice. And they finally managed to get the plane out of the UK and to land, and we had to quickly get on before the curfew would kick in, because we wouldn't be able to take off otherwise. And so we managed to scramble on. I remember writing to a friend, everyone was running for the plane and getting on the plane as if it was some sort of movie, like escape out of such and such a place. But that was really quite exciting times. She-Will says, you don't have to be around Emily for the holidays. That must be a personal sort of comment. I don't know, Emily. The southern part of the country comes to a halt if it snows. Around here, you just deal with it. Is that the US, you mean? Yeah, I've heard. I've seen the movies where a lot of planes are grounded and the airport's closed because of the snow. Yeah. Pup Emily was just standing behind me, stalking me and listening in on this. I turned and jumped. She scared me to death. Oh, Pup Emily. Who's Emily? Boo. Okay. Well, yeah. They do say there is a train of thought with some cultures that if you bump into someone and they scare you, it's because they've got a bit of evil hanging around them, and that's why you got scared. Yeah. So on that note, has anyone else got anything to say? Emily is Mum's pup. Oh, so there's Emily, She-Wolf, and Wolf Pup. Have I got the family chain right? I hope so. Oh, that's very nice. Well, it's nice to know there's family all together. It's a bit like a family show tonight. Yeah. So on that note, anyone got anything else to say? Then I think we'll call it a wrap. Oh, yes, Doctor. What have you got to say? That's a wrap. Okay, then. Well, I'll look into the spooky feelings of the longer nights, and we'll all have a look at that, and we'll all have our comments for next week on what we think. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Well, it is very much a family affair here, isn't it? So, on that note, have a think about when the spookier times of the year and the day, and we'll have a chat about that next week. Yeah, and put it out there for nice thoughts and things, and hopefully you'll attract some really big miracles and stuff. Have a good weekend, Tom and everyone. Thank you, She-Wolf. We certainly will. Okay, on that note, I'll say goodbye and have a good week. Bye.